Are you new to CNC and you want to learn a few more fun tips and tricks along the way? We've come to the right place. I'm Adam, welcome to Adam Tinkers, and today we're going to be doing a very simple project of building a nameplate that you can give to a loved one, a kid, a grandkid, or even keep for yourself for the shop. And I think it's going to be kind of fun to do, so let's just go ahead and get started right into it. So today we're going to be cutting out of aspen board. This is where I picked this up at Menards. If you have a Menards, you save big money when you shop Menards. We're going to cut down to 20 inches. I'm pretty, doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but here we go. Now, I'm just going to show this to you because this is what we're going to use for our setup. So we have a 20 inches by 7 1/4. We'll have to remember that for when we do our design. So let's go design. Okay, we're going to go through this a little bit faster because I've done this before on my first video, and we're just going to kind of go through it again. Setup, we're going to do 20 by 7.25 with a thickness of 0.75. And these are all the ones that we're going to do. Today we're going to build a really cool nameplate that we're going to cut out and carve. So what first thing I want to do is do our text. I'm going to do Adam. And the font we're going to choose is going to be Ravi. It's already there. Font height of 3.5 with the spacing. We're going to make the spacing 110%. I've noticed that, as you can see, it kind of makes it a little bit wider. And we're going to hit done. And then let's center it to the board, to the stock, right in the middle. Perfect. That's what we want to do. So we're going to select this, and we're going to do offset. We're going to do 1 inch. We're going to do outside, and that's going to create our border around the outside of it. And then we're going to do one more offset to the inside, 0.25. That'll give us a little lip. There we go. So you have our nameplate. It's going to be engraved on the inside, or cut. We're going to cut out the inside between the name and this line, and then we're going to cut that line out. Since we're here right now, let's go ahead and let's add some tabs. We've talked about tabs before. This will hold your stock while it's being cut out, and we'll want to put it in somewhere that is easily to get to, as well as more of a flat spot. So there's our 4 tabs. So what we need to do is we need to select the name, hold down our shift, select the next one. We're going to come up here. We're going to do pocket. We're going to do use current selection. We're going to make sure our end mill is 1/4 inch. Do a step over. I always like to change the step over to 0.08. Depth per pass is 0.1. Plunge rate of 40, and then the free rate of 80. This just seems to be working really well with the RPM of 18,000. Now, the reason when I space it apart, you can see right here, I want to make sure I can get in all the spaces. If for some reason some of this doesn't work, you'll have to go down to a 1/8 inch bit. But with this font, I found that the 1/4 inch works pretty well. And we're going to do a max depth of 0.2 with a start depth of 0 and a pocket toolpath. Let's call this pocket. Hit OK. So you can see what this is going to look like. I'm just going to cut it all nice out. There you go. Now you can go deeper on this if you want. You can go shallower, but I like 0.2. That's going to work pretty well. Let's change this to wood grain. You can see. All right, and then the last thing we need to do is we'll click on the outside one, and we're going to do our cutout. Again, we have the 1/4 inch bit down cut. We're going to keep that there. The start depth is here. Max depth. We're going to cut through it. I always add sometimes just a little bit to make sure I cut through it all the way. And then offset, we want to make sure we're on outside. So we're cutting the outside of it. And our tabs are there. And this is we're going to call this cutout. Awesome. Let that run. And as you can see here, it's going to do that. Then we're going to cut it out. And you can see the tabs are in there. Now, one thing to note here is now you can see how close we get to the edges. So we're going to want to put our supports, our hold downs, on the corners where it's not going to get touched by the bits. All right, so let's go ahead and save this toolpath. And we will go ahead and move it to the machine. All right, we'll see you up there. Now that we've done our design on Carbide crate, let's go ahead and put our program into Carbide motion, get the CNC set up, get the wood there, and we'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay, let's go ahead and load the new file. And let's go ahead and you can see the top view. There's the atom there. ISO, if you want to see what it looks like for 3D. So good, got that. Let's jog it to so let's go to our X and our Y. We'll set 0 there, our X and Y. Let's go to the middle of our board. Get out our piece of paper. We're going to lower it. We're going to go ahead and make sure that this is tool change. Gotta remember to clean up. So let's go ahead and take the name off. Now we just need to cut it out. As you can see in here, there's some lines in here that need to be sanded. So let's talk about this project before we continue. As you can see, it didn't go all the way through the back, so I may have to do it just a little bit more. I could cut this out with my tool and be all right with it. They call that onion skinning. Some people like to leave that and then they'll cut it out after it, so it leaves it on better. Another thing I've noticed is there's little lines there that need to be sanded that's around the letters. And what that's telling me is we probably need to do a video on how to tram your machine so it's completely flat, so the bit will cut completely flat. If you think I should do a video on that, go ahead and leave a comment below on how to tram your machine. It'd be great to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get this cut out. So it's cut out. Now we got to do is just route the back end, send it down, and we'll be done. Okay, so we go ahead and we've routed it out. We've got everything done on the back. All we need to do now is sand it down and get it finished. You can finish it by painting it, staining it, however you'd like to do it. What would even be kind of cool is just get some paints and give it to your kid to go ahead and paint them for themselves. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been short, it's been fun, and we'll see you in the next episode. Adam out.